thing that was available back then was AZT. And I instinctively knew from watching some of my friends that this stuff was killing people. Like, I mean, it was killing the virus, but it was also killing their insides and all the problems that they were going through. And so I said, well, you know what? Until I think I really, really need it, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And I don't recommend that for everyone. Like, of course, now things are completely different, and they have tons and tons of options. And I'm on meds now, but back then, I said, if it ain't broken, I'm not going to fix it. So I didn't. And I think that's what kind of kept me around.
Kept you around there, yeah. Probably a good...
The first thing I would do is, I always say that you know what your body feels like. So if you are in tune with your body, you should know. Like, the thing that was good for me was I was never into drugs. I never really was a drinker or anything. I don't drink at all now, but like a long time ago I did.
Right.
So I was very in tune with my body, and I knew when I felt good and when I didn't. A lot of people do all this other stuff, and it masks the, you know, what you feel like. So if you're taking drugs or if you're drinking and all that stuff, of course, you're not really going to be paying attention to what your body is saying to you. Knowledge is power. So if you know what's going on, then you know what you need to do, is what I always think. You know, that's half of the battle is knowing.
Is knowing. That's what we're trying to do on Black Gay Men's blog, is just kind of put some information out there and talk to people like yourselves who are, you know, inspirational and doing stuff in the community, which brings us to HI-Vogue. I love it. Tell us about that.
Well, I got married last year. I'm in Toronto now. I'm no longer in New York. Okay, I got married last year, and my husband, he is kind of a graphic artist and a filmmaker.
Right.
He had done all of these, like just a project for himself, basically, of like famous people and friends of his that he knew, or, you know, well-publicized people who were HIV positive. So he made up this project that looked like a magazine cover called HI-Vogue. And he started making all these covers. He's got, like, actually quite a few of them. Like, the video doesn't even scratch the surface of how many he has.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, wow, you know, you really should do something with this. He had used some of the covers for a thing on YouTube for a video, like a thing for, he was putting together a positive site for positive people, but like his issue with a lot of the positive or a lot of the websites, like the sex sites online, is that they sort of kind of lean things in a bias towards people who are HIV negative.
Negative, right?
And the terminology that they use is, you know, it sets it up so you can lie. You know, like, you know, I would prefer that they had nothing there about your status.
About your status. So you wouldn't wouldn't encourage people to lie?
Right. Well, that, and also it would encourage you to have to talk. You would have to ask the other person what's going on.
Right.
Instead of assuming that because they click some button on a website that, oh, they're safe, they're clean. And those, you know, those terms are really, they're actually dangerous because for all of the young kids out there who are just coming out. They go on these sites and they're like, oh, well, he says he's clean, you know, and before they know it, they're partying and they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
No, but we have actually spoken about this on the blog, about, you know, sites and people going on sites and believing what people tell you, whether it's their status or top, bottom, just all kinds of crazy labels. So I kind of understand what you're saying, because maybe if it was just blank, then people would ask questions.
And I mean, and the first tip-off is that I'm sure everyone has experienced online where the person said that they're 6'2", they're, you know, a gym body, blah, 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 and they get to your door and they look like Urkel. It's not, you know...
Right, so if they would lie about that, why wouldn't they lie about something else?
Of course, of course. At first I thought, okay, well, maybe it should be an actual song and I should sing it, because I do sing. But then I was like, no, that's not going to really get the message across, and especially for the ballroom kids in New York and all the cities, because that scene has spread all over the country. There are, you know, the House of whatever is out in Utah somewhere now, all because of, you know, Paris is Burning and
the whole ballroom scene in New York.
Right. So I was like, you know, I really should record something that is going to be catchy enough that they're going to listen to the beat, and hopefully they will listen to the lyrics. It's a bitch track.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be. It's not something for the radio. I don't really say anything in it that's. I don't curse in it or anything like that, other than I think lies and sissy gossip bitch is what I said. But I never intended it for the radio. It is for the ballroom. It is for the kids here, and hopefully that message will set in.
But what's the main issue? Is it because you're naming people, or what's the?
I think that's one of the things.
Right.
But the people that I name are people who are very well publicized about being HIV positive, and the thing about it is, I think it hit home with the whole. Didn't I see you in the clinic last week? All of the things that are like, all of the little jabs that like really.
Oh Lord!
But it's just like these are the things that you think. Well, I just said them. That's all. This thing really thinks she's getting away with this. Girl, I just saw you at the clinic last week. What? I really am very, very adamant that we need to start talking to our youth. And
I agree. That's one of the reasons why this blog was started, because I said it was everyone's online. So I thought, what better place to reach people? I've had blogs and stuff online for 100 years. So I thought, well, why not use that to reach, hopefully, the young people. My focus is really the younger people. That's my main focus.
It's unfortunate that I wasn't very close to my mother, but I was fortunate to be raised by my grandmother. And so that was a whole nother generation behind my mother. And at the time, it seemed like it was a drag. It seemed, pardon the pun, it seemed like, oh my God, this woman knows nothing about my life and blah, blah, blah. But it's so funny, all of the little pearls of wisdom that she told me and said to me, those are all the things I live by right now. And one of the things she always used to say was, you don't get to be old being a fool. And that always stuck with me. Like, you're right.
That's true.
You are absolutely right. If you're a fool, you ain't going to be living very long.
So, do you have a website before we round things up here? Where can people find you online?
My website is the DJ website, djrelentless.com.
djrelentless.com.
Which reminds me, I need to update it.
I'll put it up there so people can know where to find you and your YouTube channel.
Yep. And, if you just type in Jade Elektra, all of that shit, yeah.
That's
wonderful.
wonderful.
And it's Elektra with a K, not with a C.
Yes. Elektra with a K.
Yeah,
remember that, people. It's not common.
Kind of like Liza with a Z. But anyway.
But thank you so much for spending time with us at Black Gay Men's Blog.
Sylvester, HI-Vogue, Willi, HI-Vogue, Octavia, HI-Vogue, the legendary mothers, Angie, Avis, Miss Corey too, HI-Vogue, legendary Rowe, legendary Rowe, legendary Rowe, legendary Rowe, the legendary mothers, HI-Vogue, HI-Vogue, serve the children.